Hey everyone, today we're talking about one of my favorite ways to connect with my community. Well, at least my online community. That's doing video question and answer sessions on Facebook or YouTube Live. I know, before you're even thinking about it, I'm not a YouTuber. Nobody wants to hear me talk. Why would I do that live? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I am here to tell you, yes, they do. People don't just want to see listings anymore. They want someone who can answer their real life questions about buying, selling, and investing, and they want it now. So if you can do a live online, that's amazing. And when you show up on video, you become that person they know and trust. It's huge, okay? So don't say no, say now. All right, great. A good question and answer session does three major things. It builds credibility because you instantly look like you're the local expert. You're up on YouTube or Facebook and you're live explaining things. You're the expert. It also creates connection. You're not just a name on a business card. You're like a real live person and everything. It also will help grow your database. Every viewer, commenter, or sharer becomes a potential lead. So think of it as your modern day open house, just for your brand. I do a YouTube live once a week on Monday nights. It works out wonderful. Lots of questions get answered, and I've actually gotten to really know the people that are on my YouTube live events, and we've become friends. And I can absolutely promise you, if they move to this area, they're going to use me as their realtor. Don't overthink it. I know it's really terrifying having a live event and who knows what's going to be asked and stuff like. Don't get into all of that. Just flip the camera on and let's go with it. Okay, you don't need anything fancy. You don't need analytics and all sorts. Just answer what your clients already ask you every single day. Okay, how can you be scared of people online asking questions, but not scared of people right there at a house asking questions? Okay, they're going to be asking the same questions. It's the same thing. Like, how much do I really need for a down payment? Can I buy a house with student loans on my credit? What's a USDA loan, and how do I qualify for that? Maybe selling questions. What repairs should I do before a listing? How do you price a home in today's real estate market? Should I sell now or wait? They might also ask market and lifestyle questions like, why are so many people moving to Ocala? Well, I ask that all the time. What's the best neighborhoods for first-time buyers? What's really going on with those interest rates? How do we even know what they are or what they're going to be? Don't be afraid to mix in some fun stuff with some personal stuff. Like, what's the weirdest thing you've seen during a home showing? That's definitely something that people will want to know about. So tell the stories. Love, love, love stories. All right. So let's get planning. You're going to do a question and answer session, okay? A little prep goes a long way. So maybe pick a focus, choose a theme, maybe for each session, like Q&A live, buying in 2025, downsizing without drama, investing in rentals, all of this kind of stuff. That helps to focus all of the people in the audience on what you want to talk about. Maybe gather some questions, post a teaser. I'm doing a live question and answer this Friday. Drop your real estate questions in the comments. Very helpful. Then you have some prep beforehand. Ask your past clients and sphere, what confused you most when you bought your first home here in Florida? Maybe pull from your DMs, texts, or emails, those kind of things. Those real questions make the best content. Create a very simple outline if you need to. You don't need to, and you definitely don't want to do this word for word, but just like a bullet point, like, okay, I need to do a welcome, I need to do a quick intro, I need to answer like 5 to 7 questions, and don't forget the call to action at the end. It's super important. If you're worried that you're not going to have all the tech and everything, you just need a cell phone. You just need a cell phone. Don't let the tech stuff scare you. You can do this with what you have already. For Facebook Live, you're going to go live from your business page. Use your phone, your laptop, whatever. Just make sure it's steady, that eye level. It's right there, okay? Do good lighting. You can either face the window or you can do a ring light would work as well. Make sure that you have very good audio. If you're not close to your camera like I am right now, you might want to do a microphone. Quite frankly, you might want to do a microphone either way just to make sure it's nice and clear, okay? You can go live or you can pre-record. I would strongly recommend do a live, okay? Don't forget to create a very cool little YouTube thumbnail and a catchy title like top 5 questions about buying a home in Ocala. So you're going to have the live event, but the live event becomes a video on your YouTube channel. So just remember that it stays up there unless you take it down, which why would you do that? Don't do that. Add your contact info and links in the description as well. And definitely stream to both at once. You can use stuff like StreamYard or Restream, or you can just use 2 cell phones, I guess. That would work too. All right, so hosting the question answer. Here's the part that separates the pros from the rest of you, how to actually run the question and answer. So start strong. Start strong. When you go live, remember people join at different times. So start with a lot of energy. Hey everyone, it's Andrea from Great Expectations Realty. Today we're answering some of your biggest questions on real estate. So go ahead and type them in the comments. Okay, so people are going to come in at like 5 minutes or 10 minutes later. You want to give people at least 30 or 60 seconds to join. Okay, so mention what you're going to cover and like keep mentioning it. You know, get them hooked, get them engaged. Okay. Ask a super easy question right away, like where are you watching from? Are you thinking about buying or selling this year? That kind of helps get the comments rolling, and that helps boost the algorithm. And as the algorithm gets boosted, that means your video gets promoted even more. And any of the questions that come in, don't try to get like a whole bunch of jargon and a whole bunch of, you don't have to like prove that you're smart. Okay. Don't do that. All right, just answer naturally. Don't read off cue cards or anything like that. Just talk like you would talk with a friend over coffee. Okay, keep each answer 1 to 3 minutes max. Use stories, real examples. Examples are huge. So you can say something like, yeah, I had a client just last month who thought they needed 20% down, and we got them into a home with only 3% down. And the seller paid the closing costs. Win-win. All right, so, you know, stuff like that. You're going to also acknowledge the viewers. So when you see them come in, be like, hey, so-and-so, or hey, so-and-so. Keep doing that. Hey, Sarah, great question. John, I love that one. Let's talk about that. You know, so just keeping them engaged, okay? It makes your audience really feel like they're seen, that they're part of it. It encourages them for more engagement, and that's huge, okay? The more engagement you have, the better. It's better session for everybody the more they comment. Okay, so that clear call to action. If you've got a lot of questions or you're thinking about buying or selling, message me, or we can go ahead and book a free consultation. I'd love to help you. Just put that in the video somewhere. Okay, put it in the video, or you can go ahead and put a link to book a free consultation in your video description, or pin the link in the chat, because that way it'll keep it like right up there. So your contact information should be pinned in the chat. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you will after your first live. All right, so what about after? What about after? You know how I feel about the follow-up, okay? That's where the magic happens. So download and repurpose, okay? Cut clips out of your answers for Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, stuff like that. So you're gonna get like the biggest bang for your buck out of this video. You're gonna post at least 1 question per clip, and then just put like some kind of catchy phrase. Hey, can you buy a house with student loans? Yes, and here's how. Something like that, okay? Just keep it simple, keep it short. Engage afterwards, reply to every comment. Thank viewers for tuning in. DM anyone who asked a detailed question. That is a warm lead. Maybe add them to your CRM or newsletter or blog or whatever. And definitely take those top questions and put them into short written posts or FAQs for your website, because these are things that people are genuinely wondering about. So, okay, so How often do you go live? Look, as long as you're regular about it, it's okay. Being consistent and regular is so super important, but more often it builds more momentum. So at least once a month, once a week would be even better, but you need to be very consistent on your time frames. Name your series or your channel or whatever, something like Ask Andrea or Real Estate Q&A Friday or whatever. Don't forget to smile, breathe, and mistakes happen. It's just kind of part of the charm of being live. Always have water nearby. You're going to need it. And then track your leads. Know who you've reached out to. Acknowledge them after each video. That's the key point. So what are we doing? Well, as usual, here's your homework. You're going to pick a topic. You're going to collect your top 5 questions, and you're going to schedule your first live Q&A. Don't wait for perfect. Start with what you've got. Okay, people don't need to see this clean, polished individual. They need you to be real and authentic. So show up, answer questions, and help your community feel a little more confident about real estate. That's really all it's about. That's how you build relationships, and relationships build closings, which build careers. So go hit that go live button. I will be cheering you on from here. See you soon. Bye.